What up, YouTube? Name of the channel is Rich the Return Rider. For all you folks that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all you folks that's return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all that subscribe to the channel, guys, appreciate the support. For you folks that haven't yet subscribed, guys, hit that subscribe button so we continue to bring you some of this content. So today, guys, we are coming to you from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, hooking up again with SS Goldwing. This is the week after Labor Day. Kind of making this an annual ride. We brought a friend along with us here today. His name is David Strom. Suzuki leader bike. Pretty cool, look like an adventure bike. And yeah, we're gonna do some riding in the hills and the mountains today. We're gonna be probably hitting Foothills, Parkway, Clingmans Dome, and Charahalla Skyway. We'll see how much riding we can get in today, guys. I'll bring you guys along as much as we can here. All right, coming to you from Deals Gap here. And of course, we are back at the Tree of Shame. And we got SS Goldwing here along with Dave. And yeah, the goal today is not to be part of this tradition. So yeah, folks, we are going to be riding in from the North Carolina side here, headed over to the Tennessee. And yeah, we're going to keep it safe. Alright guys, we're going to be doing a little voiceover here as we get this ride going. Discussing with Bart there to be the leader. Bart is going to take the lead here. He's more familiar with this area, more familiar with these roads. This is my second time up here. Tail of the Dragon was here last year also with Bart. Like I said, this is somewhat of an annual ride now. We got Dave there on his V-Strom. I wanted to get some videos with Dave with the Insta360, but the Insta360 was uncooperative on this day. Got a little bit of a better view here from the GoPro 8 that we're going to be recording from, a little bit more clarity. Going to ask that you guys forgive the shot there of the Insta360 in the way there. It was interesting, guys. This is September 11th. 2024, Wednesday. I was surprised to the amount of people that was actually here. The last time we did the ride, guys, this area was not as populated as it is today. But yeah, guys, come along with us. I think this total video is about 26 minutes long. We're not going to be cutting anything out the video. Going to be leaving a little bit of the background noise there so you can hear the growl and the moan of the SS Goldwing 1994 Honda Goldwing. I am on Ruby 2019 Honda Goldwing manual. We started out this journey here, guys, behind a pickup truck. And you know what they say, guys, when you're doing this, you drive your own drive or you ride your own ride. So when you come to this region, guys, you might want to pack a little bit of patience and enjoy the nice flow of, what is it, 300 plus curves and twisties of one of the most popular roads in the world, 11 miles. And as you do this ride, guys, you might want to just be focusing on looking through the turns. Now, I'm from Florida. I don't get a lot of practice on taking a lot of twisties. We are usually kind of a flat, straight. Some folks refer to as boring. Now, what I'm going to say, guys, is when you're riding into this region, you are never going to be in a relaxed mode. We came in from the side of Cherokee, North Carolina. And even before we got to the Tail of the Dragon, guys, we were experiencing some pretty curvy roads. Always on your P's and Q's. Also came from Clingmans Dome. And we are going to end the day riding the Foothills Parkway. Never a relaxing moment, and to be honest with you guys, to be somewhat fatigued, as thrilling as it might be. Now, what I'm going to mention here also briefly, guys, is as I am riding through these roads here, of course not at a very brisk pace. Speed limit in this area might be around the 35 to 40 miles per hour range, if that. But I was recently asked again about those World Motop drop guards that I have there and the scraping of them. Throughout the whole time here, folks, I have never had the bars scraped once. Of course, like I said, I'm not that type of rider that is going to be laying the bike over to those levels. But yeah, guys, you know, if you are interested again in those bars, and again, I'm not promoting those through a company or anything, but just something to help protect the Generation 6 Honda Goldwing. So yeah, folks, just join us here as we ride the tail of the dragon. If you have rode this road before, then you can kind of relive it through us here as we take on this enjoyable day of riding with some beautiful weather in the mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee. For you folks that's never been here, man, again, I've done a video in the past talking about why I didn't ride the tail of the dragon. I've been up here on 2 other occasions in this region and decided not to ride it. Consider myself to be too inexperienced of a ride at that time. But I gotta tell you, folks, if you are willing to take your time, you can be more than capable of riding this beautiful road. Now, what you're gonna notice a lot here, guys, is I tend to hug the yellow line quite a bit. Decide that it was easier to maneuver from that yellow line with oncoming traffic than to drop your wheel over to the right side. With that, there's no coming back, folks. If you drop your wheel on the right side or you go off on the right side of this road, you are going to be in for a very bad day. Now, thanks to the truck, as he released Bart, it is really nice to get into some kind of a rhythm here. What I encourage folks to do, even as they're riding regular turns and so forth, is to practice that trail braking, guys. If you gradually learn to trail brake that front brake in, it's going to help you to correct many mistakes that you're going to incur as you're doing these rides. Now, on the Generation 6, guys, one of the things that I discussed briefly at the end and I realized is that I did have the bike in sports mode. And one of the things that I felt is that releasing, again, is going to have to do with rider technique. But trail braking, throttle blipping, releasing the brake and rolling back on the throttle in sports mode is kind of a choppy experience. Again, it depends a lot on the rider. I kind of believe that I would have been better off in touring mode that wouldn't make the throttle quite as snappy and sensitive. But you know, that depends on you, the rider, and your levels of technique. Now, you know, we used to have the mirrors on our cars. I remember as we were dealing with the older cars, and on your side view mirror, they used to have a little writing on the mirror that says object may appear closer than they actually are. Now, what I realized, guys, as you're looking here from the GoPro, is that the GoPro, I don't know if it's the wide angle view or what it is, but it have me appearing closer to Bart than I actually am. And you guys get a chance, I don't know if this video is going to be out before Bart's, but if you check Bart's video out, you're going to see that I'm at a further distance than it appears to be here. I also did steal some footage from my Insta360, and it gives you a more realistic indication of the distance that I was on here. One of the things that I'm going to suggest, guys, is to don't target fixate on the vehicle in front of you, because if that vehicle make any kind of mistake, you're going to be prone to make it. So it's one of the things that I'm conscious of. I see a Goldwing going by there. As I'm riding, I'm trying to look through the turns. I am keeping Bart kind of in a glance at my peripheral vision. But yeah, folks, I'm not going to be talking too much as an expert on how to do this, just giving you a little bit of a idea of what I did on this specific day and what I've been taught to do. As we talk about that, guys, I do have a track day coming up here, I think in 2 weeks or so. Might be bringing some footage from that as my first track day also, as I learn to properly negotiate turns and riding. Part of this channel, guys, is truly learning to ride motorcycles. It's not just about the distance traveled. It's about the techniques and the fascination of motorcycle riding. It's what Rich the Return Rider is all about, guys. Now, question for you folks that own the DCT. Is it easier for you to leave the motorcycle in automatic mode and allow the motorcycle to do the shifting for you and ride in somewhere like the tail of the dragon? Or is it easier to put it in manual mode and do the shifting yourself? The other question, is it easier or more controllable in sports mode or in touring mode? Just leave it in the comment section below, guys. Now, quite a bit of unnecessary shifting on my part there, guys, as I'm playing with the gears. I'm pretty sure it will probably be easy to just ride the third or fourth gear, probably through this whole thing. Rarely getting into fifth and rarely getting into second, but I have probably used second through fifth more often than I needed to. Yeah, see, Bart got a little bit off to the right there. It happens, folks. We discussed it after. He did say he did look down to the right. And you know what they say, man. You look, wherever you look is where that motorcycle wants to go. Keep your head up, look through the turns, and it should be okay. Yeah, guys, don't know if you noticed there, but the Insta360 just shut off. It went into charge mode. Camera's been pretty inconsistent at times. Don't know why. Now again, we encountered a little bit of traffic here. And what was interesting about this one is as the red car in the front decided to pull over, the white SUV did pick a pretty decent pace up. And it was interesting because he started riding that the SUV pretty fast there for a little while. And then he pulled over and allowed us to go. We appreciated that also. But it looked like the guy with the SUV could have set a pretty consistent pace. Alright, folks, gonna shut up now, shut this narrating down, and allow you guys to enjoy the ride. All right, folks, we're going to wrap this up here. Don't care what you ride, guys. That's some protection to your motorcycle. Get in the parking lot. Practice, if nothing else, emergency braking and swerving. The express lane, that's the one thing that'll help keep us safe out there in the streets.
Wasn't smooth at all.
Do the parking lot drills, guys. The cone courses. It's better that you drop your bike on the cone course or on the parking lot than to crash them out there in the streets.
Choppy?
Yeah.
Rich, Bart,
I think
Dave,
putting it in sports mode makes it, you know, too sensitive.
Yeah.
Riding the tail of the dragon. Thanks for watching, and I am out.
Yeah.
But it sure was fun.
It was a blast.
Man, I thought.
Yeah, you was right there behind me, so
Yeah.
I was gonna move aside and let you go.
I felt like I was getting in there, and every time I'd look in the side view, there you were, right there behind me.
Well, we could do it again.
That's
Yeah, that is a lot of fun.
a blast.